We've all heard about the Deity T-Mac pedal and its popularity out there when you're riding your bike, but this year Deity came out with 2 new pedals building off the T-Mac, making them even better and even more designed for the individual rider. So sit back, we're gonna go over the 2 newest pedals from Deity and a little spice on the side. You're not gonna wanna miss, so sit down, get ready to grip, and let's rip.
Hey guys, I'm Alex.
And I'm Mark, and we're from Jenson USA to bring you another hot video today. This one being on Deity's hottest product for 2024. Specifically, we're building off the Deity T-Mac pedals. I know you've heard of them. They're absolutely popular out there on the trails. A lot of the features and stuff in this pedal have revolutionized the way people are riding pedals and the way they're getting certain things out of their bike as far as performance and feel. But what they did this year in 2024 is Deity released 2 new pedals, both the Supervillain and the Flat Trak, which both build and change a little bit when it comes to the T-Mac pedal to make it better and more specific to different styles of riding to just continue that popularity and give you out there on the trails. On top of all that, Deity said, well, let's add even more to the mix, and they came out with the new Megattack Grips here. These are also incredible new grips, which we'll get into all the features on all 3 of these products. So sit back, get ready, grip on tight, because we're gonna go through a nice video.
All right, so these are the T-Mac pedals. They're our athlete Tyler McCall's signature pedal. I've been running these for years. A lot of people, this is their favorite pedal. When these came out, these are really revolutionary. They had more concave, a wider platform, and their signature symmetrical design. These are a very beloved pedal by a lot of people, but some of the new pedals that have come out are just building off of some of the things that they innovated with this pedal. So why don't you tell us a little bit about what they've changed?
Yeah, so, first off, primarily is the new Supervillain pedal, which has the same concave as the T-Mac. And basically with that concave, what it's gonna basically do for you, if maybe you haven't run the T-Max or you don't unsure on what concave does when it comes to pedaling, is it basically helps you just set your foot on that pedal. So it really gives you that stability and that set kind of feeling when you put your foot on there. You're not gonna slide it around or anything. It kind of almost molds with your foot. So it's like set and rip and get ready to have some fun. So similar concave ability here that Deity is doing with the T-Mac on the Supervillain. It also has 14 removable pins, but what's nice about these pins though is say one gets stuck, they access from both sides. So if you pull out one side, you can get through the other side, adjust those pins. They do throw some extra pins there with you when you order the pedal. So should you lose one or one pops off, whatever, you can always adjust as you wear down. Another great thing about Deity pedals, specifically these Supervillain, the T-Max, and the Flat Traks, is this 90-degree angle here. Now, typically with pedals, what you'll notice is they have a little bit of an angled degree there in the sense, and what that did before is it made it kind of the pedal sit offside the axle when you put your foot on the crank. And what that does now is that's or what it has done, I should say, with the T-Mac, is it allows you to be straight flat-footed within that crank. So when you are both, performing on the bike, you're ripping on those berms, you're jumping, whatever it may be, it just allows a little bit more control, where previously your foot, as Alex and I were talking about earlier, would sit a little farther forward so that pedal back efficiency was there. So you're not gonna have might not notice it, but you're really gonna notice that direct connection with the crank when it comes to like pushing into a berm, flat turning, things like that. So that was the Supervillain pedal. If you want that nice concave ability, if you want that nice concave on your pedal, check this out. But Alex, why don't you tell us a little bit about the Flat Trak and what that's kind of doing too?
Yeah, so on first glance, it looks really similar. People might be wondering what's the difference. It is very similar. It has the same amount of pins. Some of the main features are the same. But what makes this pedal different is it's a little bit thinner. It's actually the thinnest pedal in their lineup at 14 millimeters. Mm-hmm. And what that's also going to do is it's going to give you a little less concave. So for people that don't want that quite locked in feel, for people that want a little bit more of adjustability with their foot while they're riding, this is going to be a better pedal for them. It's also a little bit lighter. So it's just a slight difference for someone who wants a little bit different feel. A lot of people, might feel a little bit too locked in on certain pedals, depending on maybe what shoes they run or the riding style. This pedal is going to be better for if you put your foot down and it's not quite where you want it, you're going to be able to adjust your foot a little easier, and it'll just give you a little bit more of a traditional feel.
That's kind of where I like to adjust my feet a lot when I'm riding. Or even, a great option would be for your dirt jumper, right? Where you really are shifting, or at the pump track where you're kind of shifting your feet a lot, changing.
If you're taking your feet off the pedals and you want to set it back down, you're going to be able to get it back down a little easier.
Yeah, I tend to find myself changing, my feet a lot on my pedal, whether, I'm hitting a jump line or whether I'm cornering or something like that, or even when I'm pedaling, when I'm getting lazy and I want to move my feet around on my pedals. I kind of like that idea of that flat pedal to really get that easier shift versus that kind of like micro pull up, push down to find that perfect kind of set there. So maybe that's the pedal for you, is having that fully flat pedal. But again, you're getting those 14 pins that are removable. They're adjustable from either side, so should one get stuck, you get two options to get it out. It is lighter, like Alex said, and all that. So solid lineup here that you can trust from Deity products that we've seen in the T-Mac. You're getting that nice square look here from both of these new options, whereas on that T-Mac kind of had that little indent here. So just, keeping it simple, but keeping it sleek and looking really good. Enough about pedals. One cool thing here that they also are adding for 2024 is these Megattack Grips. Now these grips are, they're pretty rad. I only recently started riding really thick grips, and these are thick grips. Coming in at 36 millimeters. Maybe you've heard of the Census Meaty Paws. I know this guy has. Long-time rider of them. These are, I think, 3 millimeters, thicker than the Meaty Paws. So if you're someone that really wants that really thick grip on your bike, these are probably going to be that next hot item for you to check out.
Yeah, I'm definitely a fan of thicker grips. A lot of people are a little hesitant because they think, maybe my hands aren't that big. Thicker grips aren't necessarily just for bigger hands. They do offer a little bit more comfort because there's more cushion. And in my experience, just having a bigger profile to grab onto means I don't have to grip quite as hard. So it does reduce fatigue. So if you're curious about trying a thicker grip, I definitely would recommend at least trying it. It's a fairly cheap investment, and it could change your whole riding experience, just to make it a little bit more comfortable for you.
Yeah, and to correct myself, it's actually only 1 millimeter larger than the Meaty Paw. Excuse me for saying 3. But these grips are basically building off. They're combining the lockjaw grip, the knuckle duster, and the super cush that you're kind of used to. If you've ever ridden any of those other Deity grips, you're kind of putting all that together there. So you're getting a combination of all good feels on that really nice thick grip. It is a single lock ring, so you can ride your hands all the way to the outside of the bar and still feel good and gripped. There's no more of that dual lock ring kind of style there. They feel really soft. They feel good. I myself, not the largest of hands like compared to this guy, and I still feel really comfortable on a larger grip. It actually forces me to not grip so hard where I'm getting as much hand fatigue on those long days out at the bike park, 5-6 runs in, you're starting to feel that fatigue. These thicker grips I've noticed kind of force me to be relaxed on the bike and just kind of go with the flow of it. And then, the thickness on that rubber really takes that dampening aspect of it and just removes all that vibration from your hands. And so it just, again, get you out there, get you pedaling and having a lot more fun on your bike.
Yeah, with the combination of the different kind of grip profiles that they have here, you get the diamond pattern, which is going to give you the most cushion on top. You get the waffle pattern, which is going to give you that grip for your fingers, and then you do have this ribbed area for your thumbs to keep those nice and comfortable.
Yep. Highly recommend whether you're riding gloves or, no gloves, depending on the kind of rider you are. So basically, this is the 3 products we wanted to bring up here for 2024 with, Deity. They're hot items that we highly recommend here at Jenson USA. If you like this video and you want to see other of our top product videos, we also have a really great video on the top 10 saddles to get you out there, keeping that cushion nice underneath you. I was going to say something else, but I won't say it. And as always, like we say here at Jenson every single day, keep pedaling.